Mother animals! You liberal, progressive, deranged animals! You are so hateful in your hearts to go out and shoot a young man who's never hurted anyone with Christian values, a young, beautiful family, a father, a husband, a friend, a son. You shot him. Why? Because you didn't agree with his politics? Because you didn't agree with his ideology? That's the reason why he deserves to die, you animals!
The evildoers responsible for my husband's assassination have no idea what they have done. They killed Charlie because he preached a message of patriotism, faith, and of God's merciful love. But they should all know this. If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country and this world. You have no idea. You have no idea the fire that you have ignited within this wife. The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry.
The left, or as Erica put it, the evildoers, they have just ignited a total revival amongst conservatives and Christians.
Radicals on the right as well. We have radicals on the left. People are watching all of these videos and cheering. Some people are cheering that Charlie was killed. How do we fix this country? How do we come back together?
I'll tell you something that's going to get me in trouble, but I couldn't care less. The radicals on the right oftentimes are radical because they don't want to see crime. They don't want to see crime.
Worried about the border.
They're saying, we don't want these people coming in. We don't want you burning our shopping centers. We don't want you shooting our people in the middle of the street. The radicals on the left are the problem. And they're vicious, and they're horrible, and they're politically savvy. Although they want men and women sports, they want transgender for everyone, they want open borders. The worst thing that happened...
We must stop calling Charlie anything other than a civil rights leader. We need to plant that stake deep. It is time that we point out that what he was doing was not politics. What he was doing was trying to stand up for people's civil rights, to show people how a civilization is not a civilization unless you can have a dialogue with people who are diametrically opposed to you, that don't believe anything that you believe in. And yet you can have a civil dialogue, and how important that is. That's our civil right, our right to free speech. Make no mistake, Charlie Kirk was a civil rights leader as much as Martin Luther King. I'm waiting to see the first city that will make a Charlie Kirk Boulevard. Phoenix, you should be the one. There's a Martin Luther King Boulevard. There should be a Charlie Kirk Boulevard. Charlie Kirk was a civil rights leader, and we must take that for him and own that, because all of these so-called civil rights leaders, Black Lives Matter, that was a money scam. That had nothing to do with anything other than money and power.
I'm Shane Jenkins here live at Wailea Beach in Hawaii, and the events of today are a tragedy. It's heartbreaking to see what happened to Charlie Kirk in front of the whole world. My heart goes out to his family, to his wife, and to his children. What a tragedy, and what America had to watch. It's like the new JFK, and it is such a horrible thing. And so what I want to say today is that this is what the left wants for all of us. They tried to assassinate Donald Trump twice. They hunted down January 6 people like dogs. They oppressed us for 46 and I did 46 and a half months, denied visits without my family for 2 years, denied religious services for 2 years, denied fingernail clippers for a year. and they wanted to crush and destroy every single one of us. They hunted down Catholics for being pro-life. They hunted down soccer moms for being anti-transgender. This is what the left wants. They want every one of us dead. And if America doesn't wake up and pull its head out of its ass, this is going to be all of us. I don't understand why we're having to watch this Ukrainian girl get butchered on a train like a hog to slaughter. I don't understand why we're having to watch Charlie Kirk get murdered in front of an audience at a college university where he's trying to bring the truth and share the truth to the nation. The people aren't ready to hear the gospel, and the evil wants to silence all the good truth that's coming out. And so I just want to say that, America, I need you to wake up. We have been at war for the last 5 or 6 years. They've been trying to destroy Trump, whether it was the Russia collusion hoax, whether it was the Ukrainian phone call with the president, whether it was the assassination attempts, whatever it was, lawfare, the lawsuits against President Trump. All this is from the same vein. And so I just want America to wake up and understand it is time to stand up. It's time to fight. And we are at war, America. This might be a soft war, but we are at war, and it's time for Americans to fight. I need you to get up and represent yourselves and stand up like the men and women that I know you are. God bless you all. I hope you're doing great. Prayers to the Charlie Kirk family in America. We love you.
Everybody was already at their tipping point. The conservative videos that I've been seeing, everybody is just ready to freaking flip, dude. And it turned out to be the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario, dude. A 22-year-old punk kid verified that it's politically motivated, far left extremists, etchings on the bullets, writing, the political slurs. Man, dude, I am not a fearmongerer or one of those doomsday preachers, but I feel like something's about to bust off, man. And you guys, you leftist, extremist people, oh my gosh, dude. It's going to be an interesting couple of weeks.
There's no way that this can be the person that took the life of Charlie Kirk. 22 years old. 22 years old. Tyler Robertson identified as suspect, arrested in Charlie Kirk assassination. This kid looks like he's barely old enough to change his diapers. I'm looking at his mugshot. There's no way possible that this could be the kid that took the life of... There's no way possible! That this kid could be the one responsible for taking away Charlie Kirk. Tyler Robinson, what have you done? This was our friend, man. This is a man who truly loved his family, adored his wife, looking forward to coming home every day to his children. And you want to know the sick part about all of this? Is that if Charlie was here right now, he would tell Tyler that he forgave him. He would show him compassion. He would tell you that it was okay, Tyler. That's okay. It's all right. Things happen. People make mistakes. Then I'm sure if you could take this back, you would. But it's okay that you can't. Because I'm home now. And to his wife, if Charlie was still here with us, he would tell you, baby, that I'm sorry, but it's time for me to go. That God is calling, and he's asking me now, and it's time for me to go. But I just want to let you know that I'm going to miss you and the kids so much. And I'll never stop thinking about you. And I'll be up here waiting for you when it's also your time to come home.
You know, this bad stuff happens. And for 33 hours, I was praying that if this had to happen here, that it wouldn't be one of us. That somebody drove from another state, somebody came from another country. Sadly, that prayer was not answered the way I hoped for. Just because I thought it would make it easier on us if we could just say, hey, we don't do that here. And indeed, Utah is a special place. We lead the nation in charitable giving. We lead the nation in service every year. But it did happen here.
So here we are again, right? And this is just a collection of some newer videos and some of the other videos from the live stream previously. Again, shout out to the 400 plus K people who peered directly into that live stream that day. It seems as though there is a problem, right? There's a very big problem, a very large problem, a major issue, and one that is presently brewing and one that has always been there. It's just that the people that I showcase to you don't want to focus in on what that problem truly is, nor do a lot of these people want to specifically give that issue and or that problem its proper labeling and or name. What I find very interesting is the fact that in every single one of the videos here, you hear people going through a myriad of emotions. You hear people screaming. You have some crying or went through some type of grieving process. You hear other people angry. You see some people that are calm. But in a lot of instances, you will get the exact same message, which is a type of quiet message, which is a silent type of threat or a vocal type of threat. And instead of them being fixated on the person, the individual, as a lot of people like to say, that took the life of Charlie Kirk, they want to decide to broad brush one side. And then they want to paint themselves as the, good guys, as the Justice League, right? Which is a little bit weird. Even though a lot of people like to say that you got a lot of mess on both sides, that's not what you tend to hear in a lot of the nonsense that people are speaking directly online. And I'm not sure if a lot of people are paying attention or realizing the fact that you have groups of people out here that are deciding that they want to try to call for violence or a type of violence. They want to try to send a variety of threats directly out there. So number one, they're trying to send out a battle cry while at the same time putting everybody else on notice, while at the same time trying to stoke and instill fear amongst other groups of people, as if to say, well, you better be prepared. You don't know what's going to happen, who it is that we're going to come for, and all of these other types of things. I could have sworn the whole message behind what people always talked about when it dealt with Charlie Kirk was that there was no need for violence, right? That people who have opposing views should be able to see eye to eye, sit directly in the same building or the same setting, and just logically just go, back and forth with their own facts or with their own opinions or with their own feelings. And what I'm commonly seeing right now online is not any of that. So it's as if people want to preach, quote unquote, what they say Charlie Kirk was about, but yet those exact same people that are trying to say that they are, in a way, honoring, right? They're trying to avenge Charlie Kirk in his life and trying to uphold him and put him on a pedestal are the ones that are going against that very same message that they stated that he preached, right? They said that he was not about hate. He was not about violence, that he was a family man, that he was a Christian, he was a man of the cloth. Even some out here are saying that he is the white Martin Luther King, that he was just a civil rights activist, and he was silenced because of his message. I'm not seeing any of that. And especially by the followers directly out there, I don't see you guys walking in his teachings. And again, a lot of these people say that they are Christians. They say that they are Catholic. They say that they know the word. They say that they love God. They love Jesus. They love the family. They love the country. But yet, surely and slowly, they are dragging everybody into a hallway of violence. Slowly but surely, they are dragging everybody into a hallway of violence. And I don't see anybody really talking about it. I don't really see a lot of people mentioning this. And again, you can look at the faces. You can look at the people who are specifically stating these things. And as I've stated before, again, to the white folks out there, this is specifically for you. You have a lot of Black Republican conservative content creators that are out there amongst you because you allowed them to be there. And they are reading back off to you. They are parroting your points, the points of which you created, right? You are the originators of all of the points that people are saying, you know, when it deals with the Republicans, the conservatives, all of those things, right? We know that. That is pretty much finite, or at least that's how we're going to put that for this point. So a lot of these Black conservative Republicans using your talking points are also helping you directly into that hallway. Because what they're doing at this moment in time, looking at their social media, is that they are solely focused directly on Democrats, or what people would like to call the left. And they're not talking about or calling out any of the rhetoric that is coming directly from the white men who are conservative, who are Republicans, who want and love to bear arms. He's not calling out any of that nonsense. They are not calling out any of that nonsense. And that's very dangerous. It's dangerous on one end when you got people of your own party, people who look like you, that are working so hard to drag you down and to put you directly in this hallway full of violence where there's pretty much only one way out, which means that you're going to have to fight your way out, and you're going to have to go through a lot of different people. And then on the other side is going to be the exact same thing, right? Again, it's not going to be good for anybody. But to have those out there that you guys have stabilized, that you guys have really platformed, given money to, hard-earned dollar directly to, for them to not critique you in the same way that they critique everybody else, and to idly sit by and to allow this to happen, and they can see it happening, that speaks volumes by itself. That shows me that you are being used. And not only that, but you're also allowing yourself to be used. So again, there's questions all over on who specifically is profiting, who specifically is pushing this narrative, who specifically wants this to happen. And again, I covered a lot of this in the previous live streams that I've done, but as normal, a lot of people don't want to pay attention to a lot of those things. And the main thing that I've told a lot of people is that, yeah, at the end of the day, beyond all of this, you have classism, right? You have the rich versus the poor, poor versus the rich. That is the final war. That is the main war. But on the landscape, there's so many different things, so many different battles going on in order to keep people from looking at the main glaring problem, the main glaring issue of why it is that ordinary people who work jobs are relegated to the lifestyles that they currently have, to the struggles that they currently have, to the health conditions that they currently have. Like I said, it's a multi-layered type of topic, but this is the main topic that people need to get ahead of before it gets worse, and it will get worse. And when it happens, there's not going to be anything that people can do. Even if people want to talk logic and reason, people are going to be so engulfed in emotion that they're not going to want to hear any of it. Some of them have literally said on social media, miss me with all of your sympathies and your empathies and all of your words, not trying to hear it. So some people have already reached that point of now that they're not even trying to hear it. So just imagine later. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I listed and stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.